In February 2006, internet hackers, linked to James Randi's forum, shut down the whole Brazilian site Criticando Kardec, criticizing skepticism. They did this after having just recently twice deleted this page, below, that fully exposes the unthinkable vices of this Randi forum. Such actions demonstrate beyond any doubt the need to fight pseudoskepticism, for the mentally unhealthy religion that it is. This page has been deleted 3 times by internet hackers surely connected to the JREF's forum. It is clear that I am making them very upset. No matter how many times they try to suppress other people's views, I will keep putting this page back online, so that people can know what this alleged skeptic forum really is. JREF forum is a pigsty run by the rats. Poor old James Randi does get bugged sometimes. In certain occasions, due to his own excesses. In other occasions, due to his fellows. On January 6, 2006, I joined the James Randi Educational Foundation forum, JREF forum, this link for the page, where I made my first post, in the thread The Girl with X-Ray Vision. I managed to stay there for almost 3 full weeks. My main concern was to fight the misinformation that was being conveyed by pseudo-skeptic and photographer Andrew Skolnick, surprisingly enough, executive director of the CSMMH, the medical journalistic arm of CSICOP. After this, so I say, the moderator twisted the membership rules to ban me. How come this unthinkable action happened? Such brute offense to human rights. To understand this, we have to borrow from Natasha Demkina a little bit of her powers, and perform a deep X-ray analysis of this most weird skeptic forum. X-ray of the JREF forum. Typical for a member. In George Orwell's 1946 classic book, Animal Farm, we see a decayed caricature of human society in the form of a farm that is run by pigs. Randi's forum managed to descend one step further below. It is a pigsty run by rats. Is that too acid a viewpoint? Let's see. Perhaps what surprised me most in the JREF forum was the poor standards of many of its members regarding their knowledge and amount of information about parapsychology, specifically, and about science as a whole. I have been to some skeptic internet forums, and never before had I come across such, putting it mildly, intellectual feebleness. In Brazil, in forums in the Portuguese language, I have been to 3 skeptic forums, plus a parapsychology forum that has a rather skeptic attitude too. People's knowledge and amount of information in these forums ranges, in my humble opinion, from fairly good to excellent. In the English language, I have been to 3 skeptic forums, one of them physicist, and CSICOP's fellow Victor Stanger's forum, Avoid L. Again, the same standards that I had found in Brazil. Randi's forum, however, is quite a failure. A few examples are highly representative of the situation there. First, talking about human organs, and about some structures in our body that grow and others that do not, I commented that some tiny, microscopic structures of the intestine do grow, such as microvilosities. And I added that even molecules grow. Then I received a reply from a forum member saying that no such thing existed. Surprisingly enough, Andrew Skolnick, who received, God knows how, a MS title from Columbia University. MS stands for Magister Gente, and Skolnick calls himself a medical journalist, joined the oink, doubting, and expressed, too, his utter disbelief. I kept saying for days long that some molecules did grow, and no one there got the hint, for the answer. Then I got this question posted in one of the Brazilian forums that I belong to. The answer came correctly in just 3 hours. And they used the very word that I was thinking about using in the JREF forum to name the process by which some molecules grow: polymerization, DNA, proteins, etc. After 5 long and intellectually dry days, I posted this one-word answer in the JREF. Utter silence from the non regarding this issue. No questions or curiosity from pseudoskeptics is the norm. Second, hardly ever did any forum member bother to check what Andrew Skolnick said, even when I provided information highly indicative of his lying. This extreme lack of interest to check things further, and to go after sources, seems very widespread in JREF forum. The most striking example was in the now historical lie that Skolnick presents about the test with Natasha. He claims that Natasha did not complain of the two death conditions, resected esophagus, and missing appendix, before the test, but well after the test had already begun. I proved that he was completely wrong in this. Most likely he was lying, but the hypothesis of faulty memory cannot be completely discarded, and I even offered to send, by email, a copy of that little part of the documentary in a WMV file, audio, plus video, so that anyone could check the version that I have with Skolnick's version. No one cared. Third, complete lack of attention to very basic things are also commonplace in JREF forum. For example, it had been many days already that I was in the forum, and some very active members still did not understand that I do not support the claim that Natasha has X-ray vision. Also, other active forum members still believe that I had said the researchers wanted to stress Natasha at the beginning of the test, even though I myself fight this wrong information in my online articles about this issue. Fourth, the one there, Andrew Skolnick, at the thread, who should be considered the best authority about this medical test with Natasha. Actually it was he who designed the test, and the legitimate representative of CSICOP and CSMMH, this last institution being a medical commission, simply did not know that the search engine that medical professionals use worldwide to look for articles, and to look for good medical journals, is the PubMed search engine. Skolnick used the New York Times search engine instead. It seems that no one in the thread was aware of it either. Sometimes the behavior of the members of the forum would get really bizarre. After learning that I had called Richard Wiseman a bastard and a crook, I did this in one email, in private email exchanges in Portuguese, between me, a friend, and an ex-friend, and they knew very well that I did not really mean to say that all of Wiseman's work is trash. All I meant was that most of his works analyzing the paranormal is trash. My ex-friend decided, with my approval, but not with my support, to inform Skolnick, Hyman, and Wiseman about this, and Skolnick decided to reveal this to the whole world. Let the truth be known, then, and after my acknowledgement, that it was indeed true that I had said it, but that I objected to the translation bastard, because the term that I used in Portuguese did not have any offense to the family embedded in it. The forum members started to look for the best adjective that would properly qualify poor Mr. Richard Wiseman, simply pathetic. The most devastating vice in JREF forum, however, is its feeble, or corrupt, moderation. Moderators simply either fear Skolnick or side with him completely in his dishonest conduct. Skolnick is allowed to offend, to lie at will, and he was even allowed to disrespect my family relationships. This link, for good info about this, suggesting that I may sexually abuse my own son and daughter. All this without proper counteraction from the moderator, named Durrett, quite appropriately pronounced the rat-I-E stress on the last syllable. Unconsciously trying to hide from himself his submissive condition, he uses as avatar the little photo of a cat, the one that appears in the beginning of this page. But here, I made it to fully reveal its hidden side. When I protested that Skolnick was being offensive, Skolnick in turn even mocked the moderation. This link. Of course I started to press Durrett for a more honorable position from him. The more I demanded from him his duty, the more rat-like he became. He even said, following Skolnick, in the absence of any evidence, that I had a two-faced behavior. Surprisingly, and sadly enough, I had already fully explained the issue that Durrett was referring to, and I had done it just some pages before, in that very same thread. Even other moderators joined in the unfair, silly attack. One named Paul said I was lying. When challenged by me to present what the lie actually was, he simply fled. After I left the forum, Skolnick even said that all parapsychologists are incompetent, deluded, frauds, or willfully stupid. Link available. So curious. Even James Randi claims to have friends who are parapsychologists, and what about Richard Wiseman? And that he respects these friends, namely, Stanley Krippner. World is world of ours. Thus far, however, the bottom line at JREF forum is an alleged skeptic forum which actually is less intellectually robust than most credulous religion groups in the world. It must be very sad for the poor old man that has given us so much with so many dangerous quacks that he has managed to debunk, to see this chickened out feebleness in his own backyard. Almost all groups have one feature that singles them out. In this case, the feature is the one below. In most skeptic forums, we raise questions. In JREF forum, they raise cowards. About, my name is Julio Siqueira. I am Brazilian, and I was born in Rio de Janeiro, in 1963, where I have lived all my life. I have a bachelor's degree in biology, 1993, and a master's degree in microbiology, 2001, with emphasis in clinical bacteriology, both degrees from State University of Rio de Janeiro, UERJ. Therefore, I am a biologist, and a microbiologist, also a clinical bacteriologist. However, I never worked as such. Presently, I work with the other academical training that I have. As an English teacher, I am a strong supporter of the skeptic movement. But at the same time, I am a harsh critic of it. Criticando Kardec, criticizing skepticism, exposes the unthinkable vices of this randy forum. Such actions demonstrate beyond any doubt the need to fight pseudo-skepticism for the mentally unhealthy religion that it is.